Welcome to the Broken Sun. At the sound of you drawing your sword, this person turns around, the Centauran, and you can see in the middle of the armor is the head of a swordfish sticking out. But the head is just kind of lolling in the middle of the armor. And you get a closer look at the eyes. They appear to be glazed over. And there's something leaking out of this swordfish mouth. But this Centauran turns to face you. And you hear a voice coming not from the fish's mouth, but from some speaker somewhere on its armor. And it says, "Well, hello, Sunbreakers. I've been itching to meet you."
Why do you sound so sultry?
Wouldn't you like to know?
It's the bad egg.
What the heck? It was this.
Did you body jack this fish, man?
He spreads his arms in a bit of a shrug. There are 4 of those arms. The top 2 do the shrug. The bottom 2 are crossed over the mid-section. One of them reaches up briefly to readjust the, at this point, clearly dead fish's head. And the voice says, "Well, that's a mighty crude way of putting it for such a delicate technological operation. But yes, indeed, I have supplanted this one with my own mind. Emerson K.V. at your service."
You from the sun?
"Very astute, Emran Park."
You are a very disgusting individual.
"Oh my, you wound me, young lady."
Oh, we'll wound you. Is your box in there?
"I guess you'll have to come and find out."
Because if this is remote, I will come find you. Emerald starts stalking towards him.
Okay, let's do some actions.
I would like to try something complicated.
All right.
Can I, grasshopper leg myself off the wall and go, roly-poly in the air for a cannonball?
Sounds like fun, sure. So, Maeve, you were doing some cool parkour stuff leading into a cannonball run, as it were.
Yes.
What type of roll were you going to do for that?
I mean, I'm thinking straight scrap, just because we're beefing. But I don't know. Do you want me to roll a tune since I'm doing a couple transformations here?
I'm just checking everybody's stress. Okay. Fair warning, this fight could get messy because you're all pretty high on stress, and this guy is very powerful.
But we're going to mess him up. I'm not even pressed right now.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, what were you saying there, Velvet?
Oh, nothing. I mean, the last thing I said was just I was going to roll scrap, but if you want me to roll a tune just because it's a couple transformations, yeah, that is also fair.
No, I think you can roll a scrap. What happens here is, okay, you can do this one in risky because he's not expecting this. He knows about you, but he probably doesn't have fully up-to-date intel on the full extent of your current abilities. So this is a bit of a surprise to him. He looks up as you are barreling towards him, and you can roll your risky limited scrap against this large weapon-studded exosuit.
How would you all feel about me using a gambit?
Do a thing.
You have 2 because you gained one back on that rig roll that Emran did.
We got 2.
Could I use that to up my effect to standard?
Yeah, I think that's right. It sounds right. It's right enough for me.
Risky standard is where we thrive.
Okay. That's what the gambit equivalents in the hack I'm making do, so it'll work in this one too.
Never mind, that is not where we thrive.
Velvet.
Oh boy. Okay.
Velvet.
All right. That's fine. This is fine.
I love you, but why? Why you do this?
It's not my choice.
So you're barreling towards him, and the suit turns towards you, and the fish head flops as it turns and splashes some of whatever life fluid is in it on the ground. And one of the arms comes up and impacts you as you're barreling along, and you find yourself instead smashing into the wall at the back of the engine room here as you are deflected from your trajectory He says, no touching without asking first. And you take the level 2 harm smashed. Of course, people who are nearby can resist that on your account, or you can resist it, your call, or just take the harm.
Sorry, I'm just reading my abilities right now. I think I'll try to resist it. It might not go super well.
Okay. It's a prowess resist, which means you have 1 die to roll there.
Let me do it for you.
Oh, dope. Thank you.
Emeron's going to jump into.
Also, prowess will only roll my 1 die, even though I have 3 in scrap. Also, it's like 1 per category.
Yeah. You have.
Oh, okay.
You
That
only
makes
have
sense.
points in 1 action. Is how attributes work.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Emeron's going to just basically drop kick the robot right before, because he could see he had it scouted.
Okay.
Thank you. You were the best.
So you resist with your prowess.
Prowess. Okay, I'll be fine.
And you have bodyguard. So resist with plus 1d. So I think that, yeah, you get a plus 1.
And we got forged in the flame, so plus another 1.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, that should probably help.
So 6 dice, everyone.
Fingers crossed.
There's 1 6.
Oh,
There's a 6 in there. Okay.
yes.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so your foot connects with the arm just as it's about to smash into Maeve. So the arm instead just tips the bottom of Maeve's roly-poly mode there, and Maeve, you crash to the ground, but in a more controlled way. Emeron, you have knocked this guy's hand out of the way, and yeah, you now stand before this exoskeleton, eye to dead fisheye with its former occupant, now deceased, gallantly outcast.
Damn, what a tragic name considering.
I know.
Haikus, man. Emeron would like to take out a can opener and open up this small can of whoop ass I've been saving.
Okay. I'm just going to start a clock for this person right there. An 8-step clock for Emerson K. Vaughan.
Vaughan. Why does that sound familiar?
All right. And is this a scrap you're doing?
Yeah, I think this first one is going to be a scrap to test them out.
Okay. You are risky and limited.
It's a 6.
It's a 6. Okay. So tell me about how you land a solid strike on this 4-armed power armor.
I think that Emerson, despite being really old and used to piloting bodies, and even though he has us scouted, is still pretty overconfident considering he slaughtered a room immediately prior to this combat.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kick one arm of the power suit out of the way, and he just tries to hit me with the same arm instead of using his entire arsenal. And Emeron just digs, like snaps his sword out of his sheath and just digs it into the rotor
Okay.
of that arm.
Okay. So yes, indeed, he does not call on his full arsenal, and this arm that you get the blade into the joint there and kind of lever it off in one swift motion. Emerson is down to 3 arms. I'm going to add 2 ticks to his clock here. Okay. So he is getting ready to do something with these big pods on his back while he is pulling weapons out from various locations on his body. You have moments to act, Keva and Zora, before things get worse.
Zora's gonna go and try and slice off one of his 4 arms.
Okay.
I guess I'm just gonna use scrap.
Yep. And you would still be risky limited here. This armor suit counts as a small gang, basically.
Got it.
So it's like,
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
yeah.
Okay.
Just because I can't remember, when I get 6, do I put something in the little blocky thingy on top?
That's
Or am
if
I
we're
misremembering?
rolling. We're only if we roll desperate in our position.
Got it.
Yeah. But
But
for
we do
this,
have
you
more
are
gambits.
gaining gambits. Yes. You're gaining gambits here. Okay.
And you and I use gambits very well in combat.
We do.
Mm.
Okay, good. So the other arm, it is reaching for some type of automatic weapon that is that he is trying to pull off of his belt there. Your blade crashes into it as it is drawing the weapon, and both the weapon and the arm are knocked away from its body with brutal force, whereas the cut that you saw from Emeron's smaller SGM blade is one that's very clean. This is simply a ragged gash in the side of Emerson's robotic body here as the arm is torn away from its exoskeleton. Slightly different styles of attack, equally effective results from our 2 frontliners here. Keva, you have a moment to try something here.
Okay. Ooh. Keva's gonna hack into the suit and basically lock the user out.
Okay.
But is it possible that she's also like, probably not, that she's also like checking to see if his consciousness is in there?
I mean, that might be something you have to connect first, because obviously he does not want your hair touching him. So we need to figure out how this is going to work. Because you can't hack him wirelessly.
I just thought Kevin was gonna shoot the hair out, but
yeah, it's okay. I think because you need to get the hair to connect to him before you can try to hack him, and he's moving and fighting is the only thing here. I think this is something you can try, but you might need to do a setup action first to get yourself in position to do the hack by doing something that will allow you to connect your hair to this exosuit or cybernetic body, I should say.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on a second. See, I don't know if that's a skulk or
scramble, maybe.
Yeah, well, part of me was thinking that Keva would try to sneak it around behind him, but maybe not. Just thinking about weapons and other stuff, because I have not declared any of my items in my thing yet.
Yeah, you've got blaster pistol, second blaster pistol, heavy blaster for 2, detonator, hacking tools, repair tools, medkit, fine melee weapon, trappings of religion.
Yeah, part of me is thinking that Keva's... Sorry, I'm just thinking about this. Keva is going to do something that she hasn't done in a while, which is, if we remember, Keva was very, a while ago, really into hiding weird weapons upon her person. Like the shield,
the hat thing,
yeah, and then the knives or whatever in the boot. So I feel like she's trying to, like, get in there and has an extender, one of the hidden like stun batons on her person that she's going to use.
Okay. You could declare that as a fine melee weapon.
Yeah.
And that would help you with the tier difference here.
Yes. Where's fine melee weapon? Yeah, there it is. Is that both boxes?
It's 2. Yeah, both boxes.
Okay.
Okay. Because if you didn't have a fine weapon, because of your sprained ankle, you would be at risky no effect. With the fine melee weapon, that brings you up to risky limited, which is because both Emerson and Zora have fine weapons as well. That's why they were able to do limited effects here.
Yeah, so is this scrap to, basically...
If you want to get in close, yeah, you could do scrap. I would say if you can do scrap if you're aiming to like stun him for a minute or hit him with that so that you can tag him with your hair, or scramble if you're just trying to get the hair in there.
Okay, well then scramble. Because she's just trying to get the hair in there.
You'll be at risky limited. There are 4 gambits currently available.
Yeah, and that's still scramble. Okay. I think I'll do the thing where she's incapacitating him.
Okay.
So scrap, risky, limited, and then I will take a gambit.
Go for it.
For a bonus die.
Mess him up. Okay.
Only a 3.
Mm.
So if I add up all the dice together, it is 5. But...
Right, Matt?
It's a cumulative result.
That's how it works.
Much as I wish to be a fan of the players, there are some rules in this system.
No rules.
Okay, so you go in low, as is Keva's wont, due to her size, I suppose, with your sparking stun baton here, and thrust in towards the cybernetic body here in an attempt to get your hair on there or distract it or something. But this is the moment where the pods on Emerson's back open, and like a dozen portholes open on each one. It was a smooth surface, and now there are a dozen holes in it, and out of each hole comes a small drone.
And
now there's a cloud of 24 drones that have sprung into the air. You can hear each one of them whirring softly, and they are beginning to open fire as well. They each appear to be carrying some type of taser-like weapon that is spitting some electrical arc towards you. So in this case, you are now in a desperate position as a consequence of that there.
Do you want that to happen, or would you prefer that that didn't happen, Geekers?
I would like that to not happen.
Would you mind if I heroically jump to your aid?
Yes, please do.
Okay, so because Keva is not being attacked or taking wounds here, you don't get the extra for bodyguard.
Oh.
But I do get the extra for being forged in the fire.
Just letting you know, because it's not an attack, but it's shift in position.
Listen, it's I'm gonna roll another 6.
We're all rooting for you.
Yes.
You believe?
Have Emerson save his girl or help his girl. Yes.
Hey.
You're good at
What I
this.
tell you, Matt.
Okay, so the drones begin to launch, and I think only one of the swarms is able to get out. The others are still in the middle of launching. Something has gone wrong in the system here, probably because I assume Emran just body checked one of these pods, so it's sparking and not quite functional. So there's a dozen drones that have come out. The other ones did not make it. So I'll add a clock for them, but your position is not desperate anymore.
Oh wow. I just found this is such a non sequitur. Oh gosh, this is such a non sequitur, but I think I found one of my favorite religious joke items of all time.
Yes?
It's bungee jumping Jesus.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's a cross with a bungee cord at the bottom, and he's like,
You know, they always say that Jesus Christ was a radical.
Hey.
Yes. Oh gosh, I want this. Listeners of the show, if you can find on Etsy bungee jumping Jesus and send it to me. Oh my gosh.
Listeners of the show, join me in getting bungee jumping Jesus tattooed on your back.
Oh my gosh, it's so great. Oh.
Okay, so there's this smaller swarm of a dozen drones, each sparking and snapping. They've got their electrical arc weapons, and Emerson himself in his stolen body are still standing before you. Emerson's got 2 arms remaining, one on each side, and is got weapons in his hands at this point. Your position remains risky, and Mandukai, we can see, has flown past this. Not flown. She can't fly here at the moment. Has run past this and has her monk's spade out. She has vaulted over a railing here and disappeared down into the engine area.
Sick.
We stan a lovely lady.
So we
Oh
won?
my gosh.
So this drone swarm, you will need to work your way around or through if you wish to continue harming the main body of MKV,
That's mean.
as his friends call him. He says, now, don't you worry your pretty little face over what's going to happen here. It'll all be over soon.
Is he talking to Mandukai there?
Everyone just starts screaming, I'm not pretty!
Far be it from me to suggest such a thing, young sir. You do
Stop
have
being
a...
so gallant! Your mean is disarming!
Speaking of disarming, he raises his 2 lopsided arms, each one now holding a weapon. If you could hold still, that would be such a kindness. And he begins to open fire on you, Emran. So there's a level 2 harm shot coming at you.
What if I resisted that?
Go for it.
If luck can hold forever.
I'm going to live forever.
Set the hammer to the nail.
Yeah.
You did get another 6. That's good.
Right on.
You see those 3 ones, Trudy? That's what I'm talking about.
So what happens to these bullets that are being fired at you?
Again, I think that MKV is just, while he is a deadly combatant, he's being lazy still and hasn't fully, he doesn't spray around me. He just sprays at me. And Emran, just jumps down and rolls across the ground towards him. I'm trying to get into contact with the swarm.
Okay, you've gotten yourself into a good position here. There's a dozen of these little drones. Each one of them is about the size of one of Emran's fists.
So big drones.
Mm-hmm. They seem to be zipping about with some type of anti-gravity feature. They don't have rotors like the ones on the sun.
That's wild.
Where are Keva's drones?
I don't know. They can't keep track of everything.
Emran has a drone.
Yeah, the last time we saw Keva's drones, Mandukai had borrowed them.
You can always declare them as gear that you have.
Yeah.
Is a drone swarm 2 dots, Matt?
I would say a drone swarm is 2 dots, yes.
I still have 3, so
Go off, Queen. Declare your blade drones.
I just have to label it
Drone fight.
drone fight. Drone fight.
You got drones? I got drones. My drones are better than your drones.
I labeled them in all caps, drone fam.
Drone fam.
Okay.
Yep. That's what they are.
So how are the drones revealed? What's the moment here that the camera sees?
Keva, instead of using her fingers to whistle, she uses her hair to whistle.
Ma'am?
You know?
Ma'am,
Oh,
this
so
is that's why
The hair acts as the fingers. Okay.
Yeah. I can't demonstrate. I can't whistle.
You whistling or kazooing?
Hmm.
It's a blood curdling ululation.
The sound of the summoning.
No, it's definitely a whistle.
The quickening.
And then somehow a bunch of the drones just burst into the room.
Swinging in from around the hallway.
Yeah.
They were following you the whole time, obviously.
Obviously. It's a no stress flashback.
I think that they started that Keva somehow pressed a button or something earlier when they were flailing down that hallway
Mm-hmm.
to the thing.
In the rough ride over here.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you doing with these drones?
Why these drones are fighting these other drones.
Okay. So the bladed drones are going to crash like a wave into the smaller floating ones that MKV has deployed. It's probably a tune?
Do I have to roll for my own droids, or do my droids roll by themselves?
Well, you're controlling them.
Yeah.
So,
But they are
I mean,
tier
I'd say
16,
probably
so.
a tune.
Okay. But I also think that 2 of them are green now.
Why not?
They look like Christmas ornaments.
They got chain painted because to match Mandakai's outfit.
Oh.
All right. So your attune will be risky and limited.
Why? Why you gotta get a 2, Keva? 2 2s again.
Matt, that's a 4. Need I remind you?
Well, Keva's just not doing well tonight. Let me double check.
You just need to dice shame. That's what we do. We refresh him roll 20 when you get lots of bad rolls like that.
That's a good idea. I should. The highest I've gotten tonight is a 4. I should refresh. I just keep on thinking of again, Howl's Moving Castle. Just be like, you dice, stop being jerks. Roll 6s, and then that would work.
Okay, this is a fun one. So your drones rush in, and they go and they look like that they're going to slam into Emerson's drones. And Emerson looks up at them and says, "Oh my, you brought some of my friends to the party."
Nope.
And the drones turn around,
Oh no.
which drops you into a desperate position.
Not my.
Hey, desperate's how you get XP. I'm not doing it twice. I love you.
Going to increase the size of the drone swarm clock.
Was that in character?
That was Emerson being meta. Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
like, somehow I know that you're going to get better because it's more dangerous.
Emeron, you rolled into a position closer to Emerson, so you were there to see this happen up close.
That's fantastic.
Who would like to act next?
I can go.
Okay. You can also always do team stuff, set up actions, help each other. There's a wealth of opportunity here in this wonderful system for you. But what would you like to do?
I think I'm declaring a heavy blaster, and I think I'd like to take a shot at the one pod that hasn't deployed its drones yet.
Okay, good idea. Is this one of the weapons you took from the bounty hunters?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, desperate and limited effects with your heavy blaster.
And if it is okay with y'all, I'll use a gambit to give myself another die,
Go
just
off.
in case the first 3 are 1s.
Yes.
Fingers crossed that they are not.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
There we
Yeah.
go. Got yourselves a 6. Okay, so your blast strikes Emerson's drone control tank, and there's an explosion there, taking out the 12 that have not deployed as yet, and the shrapnel from that explosion also impacts the drone swarm here. So I'm going to tick 2 things there. So the drone swarm is damaged as some of the floating drones that were already deployed are taken out by the side effects of that explosion that you generated. Emerson looks around and says, "Oh my, that's a spicy one."
What a weird thing to say, you freaky, freaky southerner.
I'll curl back in my ball and start zooming around.
He is pretty freaky.
I don't like him.
Zora and Emran, you want to tag team here, or do you want to do...
Yo, let's go for sword maneuver 2.
Yeah.
What if...
Are we both- We're both going for an arm.
Well, no, we have to get through the swarm first.
Oh yeah.
I want to set up Zora,
Okay.
and I want to just try to run into the midst of the drone swarm to sort of draw their fire so Zora can just sweep them all with one great mighty sweep.
Wov, twoo-wov.
Two between two sword wielders.
A really great sweep with the sword.
The swords are in love.
The swords are in love. Yeah, like Emran and Zora, like we're co-workers, but the swords are in love.
Coffee shop AU, the swords are just leaning against a couple of chairs.
It's like, why do our swords keep... What's going on with the swords, yo?
Okay, so a setup action. Are you using like scramble for that?
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to scramble through the drones and distract them.
Okay, this will be desperate still and limited effect.
You mark XP whenever you roll in desperate, or when you succeed?
Each time you roll a desperate action, mark experience for that attribute.
Oh yeah.
Remember to mark your XP, everyone.
Yeah, listen, if we had to succeed for that experience, we would not be where we were.
That's true. And this is standard on the drone swarm? It's a 4.
Okay, so your setup action succeeds there. That means Zora would either get +1 effect or improved position in that one. So you can either go from desperate to risky or from limited to standard on your attack on the drone swarm here, Zora.
What's the difference between limited and standard? I'm just trying to figure out what the difference in effect's is going to be.
So if you improve your position, it means that any consequences will be risky consequences instead of desperate consequences.
Uh-huh.
If you improve your effects, a limited effect means you're ticking fewer sections of the clock. Standard effect means you're potentially ticking more segments of the clock, depending on what you roll.
Team, what do you think?
I would say upgrade.
I say go for the effect.
For the effect? All right.
Go big or go home.
So, desperate, standard, and then can I use a gambit? Is that what I add the bonus dice to? I use a gambit?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Do you have anything that makes you do more things when you use a gambit? Just out of curiosity.
I am taking a look.
You do have Wrecking Crew. You gain +1 die when you're striking in melee. And you also get +1 effect if you spend a gambit. So that would bring you up to great effect.
Okay.
In addition to the setup action.
All right. Yeah. Then let's go ahead and use that. Okay.
You'd roll a desperate great.
Okay.
Which is where we should thrive.
Desperate.
Yeah.
Great. 2 bonus die. Oh my god.
What?
You do succeed.
I know, but I wanted a 6. I rolled like 5 die. How did I not get 1 6?
Welcome to Roll 20 Scum and Villainy.
Hello, this is Splinters of a Broken Sun.
Stories of a Broken Sun.
The great sweep of your large blade slams through the swarm that Emran has gotten bunched up chasing him, and the majority of them are just blasted, slammed to the ground, crushed, and just ruined in general with the single swipe there. And Emerson doesn't have any eyes here, but Emerson's soul and body turns towards you, and the fish head flops in a disturbing way. And he says, "Oh my!" There's still a couple of drones buzzing around, but that was quite the strike. And the desperate consequence here is that Emran says, "I believe it is time to make your debut, my friend."
Not Emran. Sorry, you said Emran says, and I said not Emran.
Emerson. Emerson.
Emran is revealed to be a sun traitor.
No.
Which was no one saw coming. He says, "I believe it is time for your debut, my friend." And out from behind one of the consoles steps Weapon Table, holding an assault rifle in each hand.
Who?
Oh,
No!
not Weapon Table.
That's in character, by the way. I just screamed.
Keva what?
Weapon Table turns towards you with a completely blank expression and begins firing his assault rifles at the team of Sunbreakers, which is a level 1 harm sprayed for each of you.
You can have 2 level 1 harms, right?
You can have 2 level 1 harms.
Yeah, I'll have to take that.
I'm gonna eat that so I can clear stress.
Okay.
A really quick question: is this blaster bolts?
It's bullets.
Okay, so I can't use my way shield.
You can use your way shield.
Okay, because I'm like, it says blaster bolts. Okay, so I resist with my resolve.
Okay.
How many gambits do we have right now, y'all?
2.
Yep.
Because if I, just so everyone knows, if I resist, oh wait, no, I don't need to succeed to do it. I just have to spend distress.
Yep.
Mike knows all about it. Oh,
I love this
great.
game.
I got 2. So.
That's 4 stress.
Are you up?
Oh yeah, I'm out.
Oh, thank God.
Oof.
That's full. So.
Yeah, that's full, which means
Uh,
you are out of this scene for now.
Oh, I just imagine that Keva. I can't spend the stress. Dang it!
I think the bullets strike you on your hair, and the shield deploys almost instinctively. But the force of being struck by these bullets knocks you backwards. You trip over the railing here and fall down towards the engine room below. The hair forms a cocoon around you instinctively as well before you bounce into the ground far below where the rest of us can't see.
And yeah, Keva. I just imagine that Keva is just like on the ground, cushioned, but she got the wind knocked out of her.
not good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like the thing I just put into the vision board really reflects this, which is a picture of Hermie the elf that just says decay.
Why isn't he at elf practice?
He's decaying.
Yeah,
Come on.
he clearly has those teeth removers pliers out there. Oof.
Emran loses his goddamn mind.
Is anyone else resisting the harm, or are you taking the level 1 for the rest of you?
I'm taking the level 1.
I'm just taking it. Yeah, I can't risk it. I've only got 3 stress available to me.
Okay.
See, I thought that I would obviously get like a 3 or something, but
We had our fingers crossed. Sometimes it's not quite enough.
yeah.
Weapon table is still firing, and it's just spraying the bullets around until the assault rifles both go click, 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 as if their magazines are empty. And he says, "Citizens, surrender. Citizens, surrender. Lay down your arms. Citizens, surrender."
From below, Keva croaks out, "No."
No, this is not good.
Yeah.
You were losing your mind, Emran. What form does that take?
You might be surprised to hear that it is a violent form.
Oh,
I imagine that it's like at the end of Nightmare Before Christmas when Jack is about to pop out and he just pop off and he's like, "How dare you treat my friends so shamefully?"
I think it's less romantic and less stylish.
Mm.
And more like shield on back, double handing sword.
Are you channeling Guts from Berserk?
Yeah, I'm just going to reduce this to a pile of clanking collagenous junk.
None of
Okay.
us can be as stylish as Jack Skellington.
I have to go through the swarm, don't I?
Oh.
yeah, but there may be some overflow rules in effect. We'll see how things go for you with your attack, which is desperate, and you took that harm, so to start with, desperate, no effect.
Don't like that, Matt.
I don't like it much either, but that's where we are at the moment.
You're kind of. I'm getting like a rude vibe from you with that.
You do have Wrecking Crew at least, but you'll have to do something to get your effect improved.
Okay, so I'll be rolling 4 dice. I could push myself for effect, get limited, and then push, and then use a gambit.
That's a possibility. You can do all that.
Because then I'll get +1 die, and then I'll be at standard because of Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
Okay. Is everyone cool with that?
Is that the last gambit, or is there still one more?
We should have one more after this.
I believe
Okay.
there's one more after this.
Just want to check and make sure.
I can't find a gif of that best scene ever, and I'm depressed.
See?
Oh my god.
Oh my
You
god.
see?
Oh
That's 4 2s and a 1, everyone.
Okay.
Matt,
All right.
This is fine.
Mr.
Everything's
Mr. Art,
fine.
Snapwave.
That's me.
I'll put it to you like this. Lay it on me. I want to know. I want to know what's going to happen if I don't resist.
The bombs go off. Clock is going to tick twice,
It's not good.
bringing it up to 4 out of 6. And you are going to take the level 2 harm bashed as Emerson slams you with the dead fish head in the middle
Oh,
of his stolen body.
slapping a dude with a fish?
hmm
Do I have to resist both of those?
Those are 2 separate consequences, yes.
You poopy duty. I'm gonna resist clock first. No ticks.
Okay. So resisting the clock here is with your insight.
Yes, Emran the Insightful is what they call him. Emran takes no stress.
Okay.
Hey.
You got a 6. So the bombs do not advance their countdown here any further.
I headbutt the corpse,
Yeah, the corpse is headbutting you.
I-
Are you headbutting it back?
but harder.
Okay. So that would be with your prowess. And of course, you can always use armor if you need it.
If I resist, will it be level 1, right?
Either way, it will be reduced to 0.
Then I'm going to declare my arm.
Okay. Okay, so Emerson looks at you and says, Now, don't lose your head, young man, and attempts to slam you into the head with the dead fish head. And the dramatic moment here, as you slam your head back into the fish harder, is punctuated with a crack as your visor splits down the middle and falls in 2 halves to the ground. You take no damage, but the visor is split. Emerson staggers back a step and says, headstrong, are we?
I really hope you're in that body.
How are things going with Maeve back there?
So basically, as far as the baddies, we've got weapon table, MKV, and then a couple more drones left.
That's it. Yep. Weapon table is still holding down the triggers of both the assault rifles. Nothing is coming out of them. He's just moving his arms back and forth as they go click, 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 click.
I'm going to try to clear those drones to make a path for Emran and Zora.
Okay. What's that look like?
Does my heavy blaster stay on me, or is it a single use item?
No, you've declared it. It's yours.
Okay.
Unless it gets destroyed as a consequence of something.
Cool. Yeah, so I think I'll just use the heavy blaster to take the last couple of drones out.
Okay. How's Maeve liking this whole having a gun thing?
It's fun.
I see the appeal.
You know, I see the appeal. There's a certain, je ne sais quoi for the personal touch of tearing things apart with chitin claws, but the gun's not bad.
So you're at desperate no effect at the moment.
Oh, that is true.
There's 1 gambit remaining.
Are the 2 of you okay with me using this gambit so you can go to town on MKV?
Yeah, go for it.
We're going to work together to achieve the death of this man.
So it's desperate limited?
Yes.
You got it.
Oof. Okay.
Okay,
Back
you got
to
a
1
6.
gambit.
There we go.
All right. So the drone,
No, there's no gambit.
the final drones attempt to go up and shield Emerson from your blast, but the heavy blaster lives up to its name and melts right through that last few drones. And you are able to tag Emerson himself with that. So I'll tick up each of those clocks by 1. The drone swarm is defeated. Emerson's now at 5 out of 8 on his clock. He says, no more friends to do their little dance. I guess it's all up to me.
Take it from someone with a lot of little friends. Sometimes you just have to do it yourself.
What's Zora up to?
Zora is about to go at this dude's, one of the dude's remaining 2 arms. While she does it, she's going to yell at weapon table. Weapon table!
Citizen, lay down your arms.
Remember who you are! And she's going to attack the other dude, MK.
Okay. You have the sprayed harm as well, which reduces effect. So you're also at desperate no effect to begin with here. Let's see. You have unstoppable, which you could use here.
Yeah, let's use it.
Okay. You can push yourself to perform a feat of physical force that versus on the superhuman, or engage a small gang on equal footing in close combat. So that would bring you up to desperate standard if you push yourself, which means you would spend 2 stress.
Well, I got 3 stress to spend, so let's use 2 of them.
What a bounty.
That's how we party.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 2, and then bonus die 0.
You get 1 bonus die because you still have
Wrecking crew.
Wrecking Crew.
All right. Well, pray for me, guys. Oh, yeah.
You're so sick
Okay,
AF.
good.
Yes.
You're the chosen one.
Zora, how do you defeat Emerson KV's stolen cybernetic body?
Well, I guess I slip and don't actually hit the arm and just slice through the body instead. Whoops.
I was like, shit.
I meant to do that.
I killed him. Oh, God, I killed him.
The blade crushes through Emerson's metallic body, and it sort of explodes apart, not in a way that hurts you, of course, but you slide past, do your big swing, it explodes as you're on the other side of it. You don't look back, of course, because you're an action hero.
Never look back.
Okay. Yes, there's this explosion and Emerson's body flies apart, and as it does, weapon table collapses onto his face, and you hear from down below Mandukai giving a grunt and saying, "I can't get this bomb off the engine."
Emerson rushes over there.
You vault down. Keva, your cocoon of protective hair unravels, and you find yourself back on your feet. You clear all your stress. You'll need to decide what quirk you take going forward to your character's personality here.
Oh boy, that's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to protect you from all this. I didn't want you to get a trauma. But it's stopping you from getting traumatized. I traumatized myself.
The speakers on the one half of the body are sparking, and you hear the grainy, degrading voice of it say, "You haven't heard the last of Emerson K. Vaughan." The speakers cut out.
Emerson is going to keep his personality and download it into a robot after we blow up the sun every day and just kill it.
So down at the engines where Keva is and where Emerson is heading down, you see Mandukai wrestling with sort of a comically large bomb that has a timer ticking down on it. And she's saying, "This is really not my area of expertise."
Does Emerson recognize any sort of functionality?
It's a bomb, and Emerson is familiar with how explosives work. It looks similar to the ones that you used on the statue. Yeah, that's about what you can see at a glance. You'd have to do some rolls for more than that.
Emerson looks over at Keva.
I'll try to hack it.
Are you okay?
My ankle's still sprained. I'm okay for now.
Emerson just smiles like, okay. Emerson is going to... I'll burn one of my last 2 stress to assist you.
Okay.
All right.
So
Can the rest of us assist as well?
Yeah, of course. Well, only one person can assist. Otherwise, it's a group action.
Yeah.
You can do a group action that Keva's leading if you want to do that.
Yeah, it's still... I mean, I have stress now I can take.
Stress-free.
Yep. I guess Keva had to recharge it in her cocoon squeeze box.
Took that beach vacation in your mind.
I am no longer being shot.
So your position has moved up to risky with the defeat of Emerson K. Vaughan and the collapse of Weapon Table. And this will be, I think, standard effect because you are familiar with this type of explosive.
And 1 bonus die from Emerson.
Mm-hmm.
And you could push yourself, go crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Can we... I'll take the devil's bargain, please.
You have to do that before you roll.
Oh, crap.
Matt, so the thing is, whatever you're about to say, no.
So I'm going to take bombs go off.
No.
Is there anything I can do?
You can resist the consequence of bombs go off using your insight if you wish.
Okay.
I love you. This might be a bad time to say it, but I love you.
No, wait, is this a character?
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Keva, like, her head whips at Emerson and is like, what?
Nothing. Bomb.
Okay. I don't get any bonus die for resisting. Wait a second. Let me see.
You get 1 from Forged in the Fire.
Okay, I'm just checking to see. I've already used my special armor for hacking. Okay. I got a 5.
Okay, so you take 1 stress. You're able to arrest the progress of the bomb's timer. So while you weren't able to disarm it, the timer has stopped.
Okay.
Someone else may want to look at actually disconnecting the charge in some way.
Okay, it's paused. It's not disarmed. It's stopped.
I'll scramble down and have a look.
Can we just throw it out the window? Mandukai asks, like looking around for a window.
I don't think you want to open a window at space.
Oh, right, space.
I think maybe we should ask someone. Maybe they have like a person who knows how to stop bombs.
I know how to stop bombs. I'm just, all the wires are red.
Could I do a study to help set up Emerson to actually disarm it?
You absolutely can.
Kevin notices that his visor is broken or gone, and like
Emerson doesn't notice right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do a study thing.
Okay.
Yes, friendship.
How many? So we're at risky standard now.
You are, now that the timer's paused, you're at controlled standard.
Okay. How many gambits do we have?
No gambits, I don't think.
No gambits. Okay.
yeah, I would have used one if we had any.
No, that's fair. I'm
And
just
it would have been a 6.
bad with numbers. Okay. Here we go.
The best with numbers.
Okay. So you're looking.
All right. Okay.
Are they all red?
You're looking at the bomb, trying to figure out how you can assist Emerson with this, but it is The bomb, while it looks similar to the ones that you used on the sun, the actual wiring is monochromatic. So it wasn't just Emran's unique style of vision that was making it look that way. Whoever set this bomb up did so with the intent of making it impossible to easily disarm, quote unquote, easily disarm in that way.
Have a go.
I have fine ship repair tools. I don't know if that's useful while disarming this bomb.
You could declare them, and that could increase your effects.
I declared them when we were hijacking El Coco.
Okay, so you still have them, which means you could use this for controlled grate on your roll.
Okay.
Oh, would my spy gear have helped with that study?
It could have, because it was a setup action, like the position and effect aren't as important for it, but it certainly could have helped fictionally, narratively.
That's fair.
I made a GIF.
Okay. All right. Okay, I
to
guess
turn on the light.
it's 2 dice and controlled grate.
We believe it's the wall all over again from the prologue.
It's a 4.
Okay.
It's a 4. Okay. So you can succeed with a cost, or you have to withdraw and try a different approach.
That's my decision.
Yes, I am giving you this decision.
Emran will suffer any cost to stop these people from being harmed.
So you can disarm this. You find that you are able to disarm this bomb. The downside is that in disarming it, you are going to have to use SGM, and it will be used up, which means either your sword or your shield.
Matt.
Cold as ice.
Oh. Not the mask?
It's already broken. It's back upstairs.
Emran psychically starts tearing the threads of the shield apart.
Okay. So you are pulling the shield into its component parts and weaving them into a shell around the bomb, and you form it into this like egg shape. And as it finishes closing around the bomb, you trigger the warhead. It explodes inside the SGM, which disintegrates into golden light showering down to the ground around you. You can almost see in it the face of your father. He's smiling.
I'm gonna need a lot more shields for the rest of the fleet.
Parts of me are broken that can't be healed.
Oh.
I think Keva stumbles over to Emran and hugs him.
Emran hugs you back.
I'll pull the two of them in for a hug too.
As we pull away from this moment of pain and victory, we leave the confines of the Jellyfish Junction and see all of the shuttles spreading out throughout the Hygian Splinter Fleet. We see a montage, humans, Centaurans, Andromedans all working together in fire teams, finding, disarming bombs, each in their own unique ways, swiftly as they disarm as many as they can find. And we see one last moment, the timer that lays next to the final hand of Emerson KV's stolen body reaches 0. There is a moment of total silence, as if the universe is holding its breath. But nothing happens. You've saved the fleet. Thank you for joining us this week on Stories of a Broken Sun. This has been the conclusion of Session 13. I've been Matt. I also go by ARP. My pronouns are he or they. You can find me on Twitter at YCaliber or follow the show at Broken Sun RPG. You can also go to our website at brokensunrpg.com. I have been joined by 4 stellar individuals today. First up, we had Keekers.
Hi everyone, it's me Keekers, also known as Be a Space Cat. I am she, her, and today I played Keva Jarma, is also she, her, and boy howdy am I as traumatized as Keva.
And we're joined by Velvet.
Thank you all for sticking around. I've been Velvet, Fair, playing Maeve Sentis, she, her.
We've got Trudy here.
Hi, I'm Trudy, they, them. I play Zora, she, her, and I'm a little bit teary-eyed right now.
And finally, we're joined by Mike, and I am sorry.
I've been Mike Blood, they, them, playing Emran Pak, he, him, and the fires of vengeance have been stoked.
I want to acknowledge that this podcast is produced on the unceded territory of the Katzie, Kwikwetlem, Stalo, Kwantlen, Stz'uminus, and Musqueam people, and the treaty land of the Tsawwassen First Nation. Please continue to support Indigenous land protectors during this time, because even as we suffer through a pandemic, the forces of settler colonialism continue to press inwards where they are not welcome. destroying that which they should not destroy. So until the next time, everybody, all the best.
All the best, folks.
All the best.
Yes.
Squids.
Space
Space
Squids.
squids.
Space squids. Okay, and we're done. How are you feeling?
Not the shield.
Sad.
Yeah, emotional roller coaster.